Corbin, grab your ducky.
I'm gonna take this one. It's a 4.
4.
That is Vicky.
Julie, go ahead and grab your ducky.
I got 1.
Number 1.
That is Anna.
Josh, go ahead and grab your ducky.
Alright. Oh, we put them all back in? I got 7.
What's number 7?
Mark.
Can you pick me one of the pink ones there? I would like a pink duck, please.
Pink duck. You are 3.
All right, number 3.
What's number 3?
Trish.
All right, now the duckies have been chosen.
Alright, on this one we're having a ducky race where we have to shoot the duck with the water. The first one to touch the other side wins, and we'll do a point system. 4, 3, 2, 1, going down according to how you place. Alright, racers ready?
Yep.
Set, go!
Hey, mine's going backwards.
No! Oh boy.
Ah,
I'm in the deep end.
I got it.
Julie's got first.
I did it. I got second.
My tidal wave by Julie moving backwards. That is not fair. Go be Ducky! Go be Ducky! Oh!
Time! It was a tie for 3rd place. A tie for 3rd place.
That's right, we'll split the 3rd place things. Alright, so Julie got the first, Corbin second, and according to Corbin, Mom and I tied for 3rd. So we'll split 2 points each.
Alright, so this is the duck toss. I'm trying to make it into a hoop with 5 ducks. Oh, over tossed it. I can't even see the center. I can't even see a hole.
Oh,
That's a lot harder.
good shot. Got 2 in the bottom ring. Alright, good job.
Alright, I am playing for Trish on the duck toss. Here's my 5 ducks.
Back against the wall.
That is harder than you
Especially for me, because I can't even see the top. Now this is what it is.
think. Oh, in the bottom.
Yeah!
Oh,
Alright.
Corbin beat me. Alright, here comes Josh's turn with the duck toss.
I'm eating ducks.
I'm consistently over. Oh, rejected.
Corbin is winning.
Oh!
Winner, winner!
So first place so far is Corbin, then me, then Josh, now Julie's up.
Oh!
Woo! To the top.
She won! She won! Julie won once!
Yes, we will give that one to Julie since she put it through the top. So Julie, Corbin, Terry, and then me on that one.
She's in first place twice. I'm in second place twice. Alright, so this is gonna be the Duckies splash. I'm gonna try to just see how far I can move all the ducks. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do that. How long did I get? We can't see.
Here goes Julie with the ducky splash.
Ah! He got me! Ducky
All right, here I go for Trish with the ducky splash.
All right, Mark. As David said to Goliath, I come in the name of the Lord. Fucking in there. It's fucking in there. Alright, for this one we have the Shamu rodeo ride where we're going to see how far we can ride Shamu across the water before we fall off. Are you ready, cowboy?
Do I have to keep a hand in the air?
Whatever you want. We'll let you be younger. You can have one hand on. Are you ready? Fucking it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, give me that head now when you're ready. All right, here we go. Go. Oh, he's doing it. Uh-oh. It's turning on him. Oh, fucking. Oh. All right, put the ducky right here for the distance that Corbin went. All right, Mark. Let's see how we can do on this rodeo.
Hey, Bucket! Give me that head now!
Yeah, get some aerodynamics here. All right, I'm ready. Yeah! Oh yeah! Gonna make it.
Nope, she's definitely not right. I don't know why I said that.
You gotta keep one hand in the air so you can do that. You don't want any more?
This is definitely not gonna end well. She'll probably be dumped in the water.
You know what? I'm just gonna get off and start
So,
She's not being trying to get on the wheel.
how do I swim? Yeah, no.
3-year-old. 3-year-old. Okay, yep, we're good. Gonna go on the tail.
Alright, are we ready?
Yep.
Go!
Set. See how far can you go?
I have a princess babe.
See, she's doing good. She's almost there. She's almost there. Time. Time.
What's your bowl called? They always have a name. Shammy?
Wow.
Mine was so.
Alright, are we ready? I have a hand in the air.
Let's go, Shamwow.
Alright, out of the gate!
This ball. Yeah, she'll do. She's almost there. Almost. Oh.
Alright, here we go. Well, congratulations, Anna, on winning this week's midweek challenges. As we move into the devotional this week, we decided since on Sunday mornings we started by looking at the majesty of God and magnifying Him, and we'll be doing that as we look at His creation. We thought, well, we'll do that with our devotional as well, and so we'll take a little walk through the woods, see if we can find some unique things that kind of show the glory of God. Now, one of the things that was a part of our challenges this week was our little duckies, and so in the honor of that, we're going to try to do a couple of duck jokes too. So, Corbin, do you remember, or do you know a duck joke?
Do you know what happens with you when you mix ducks with fireworks?
Mix ducks with fireworks. Now, what do you get when you mix ducks with fireworks?
Firecrackers.
Firecrackers. All right, that's a good one. All right, let's go see what we can find in God's creation. one of the cool things about God's creative acts is the variety that he put into different kind of animals. So like Corbin, can you think of like what's some different things that we notice with like the mouths of birds? What kind of different mouths do birds have?
They have different designed beaks to eat different foods like worms or berries or nuts or things like that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you'd have like the macaw, right? That has the big solid beak that's made for cracking nuts. And you have the birds that have the smaller mouths like the hummingbird to get inside the flowers. You have other birds that are the smaller kind of beaks to get seeds. And then you have ducks. What's unique about a duck's bill? How is that different than most birds, Corbin?
I'm not really for sure.
They have a flat one, right? That's why it's kind of a bill instead of a beak. And it's used for scooping food up, right? So we see some cool design in God's creation, even with the duck with having the bill to be able to scoop up the duckweed in order to eat that stuff.
Or the bill of the duck-billed platypus.
That's right, yes.
I like how God created moss, where it has like there's one. It looks like one little strand of moss, but then there's a whole, and then there's a ton of other ones. So it looks like there's a ton of little tiny strands of moss, which is really neat, I think. This tree is like covered in it, and it's moist, which is neat. I did not find this. I have a few other, my mom found this one. It's a little white plant. We have no idea what it is. We think it kind of has like a ghost in its name, but it's a pretty white flower. It's neat. I'm not really sure what it is.
Kind of all by itself, isn't it?
I was wondering how this tree fell down without any of the dirt getting on the roots or a hole done under it. Isn't that weird?
It is pretty weird. It's amazing how trees, right, fall down and become what we would classify as dead. And a lot of times it is confusing to us. We see the dead tree that's in our yard and it stands through the storm, but then the tree that seems so alive is the one that gets knocked down, right? And a lot of that has to do with how a tree survives and lives, that the center of the tree really is just its strength. There's no nutrients going through that tree. It's always on the outside, just underneath the bark. And so the tree can be looking really good because that health is good, but if animals gotten in or insects and eaten the core of the tree that gives it its strength, it won't kill the tree, but it loses its stability. And that's why a lot of times in storms, it's your nice looking trees that fall down, because it's really the stability that was broken into them. Where the dead tree that has lost all of its vital nutrients, the bugs have only ate the outer core, which is where it gets its nutrients, but the core is still good, and so that dead tree seems to be standing for a long time. So this one has went down, and it looks like though it had a solid core, still it had naturally fallen down. But as Corbin was asking about this tree, it reminded me of something that we're going to be kind of looking at a little bit into the future on Sunday mornings, going through Genesis on God creating life, right? He said that everything could eat the plant. And we'd say, wait a minute, we say that there was no death before the fall, so aren't plants being killed when they're being ate?
And it's an important distinction for us to have of the difference between our culture, how we call plants alive, and how God views them in the Bible. He doesn't give them the same terminology as he does with animals and human beings of getting the breath of life into them. So technically in the Bible, plants aren't living creatures. That's just a terminology that we give to how we talk about it in the science. And a great example that I've heard with this before of understanding the distinction of life is we will sit here and for a pretty shot, we'll sit on this dead tree that has fallen down, the beauty of it. But we wouldn't be sitting on a dead animal carcass, right? That would be pretty nasty if we found a dead deer and we decided to sit on top of it and film the shot, because we would realize that that's nasty. There's death, there's decay there. So it just kind of shows even in a American mind frame, we get the difference between plant death and animal death. And so the Bible would make that distinction as well. So an important thing for us as Christians to understand when God said that there's no death before the curse, but there was plants being ate, that if they don't have the breath of life given to them.
And the deer would probably stink.
Yes, and the deer would probably stink.
This is one of the things that we found in the forest when we were looking for things. It's greenish orange and it's got a few holes in it. It looks like something was nibbling on it. So that was cool. It came from one of the trees.
All right, so we're thinking about with the Duckies, God's cool design with birds. So what about the feet, Corbin? Is there some unique stuff that we know about birds' feet?
So like eagles usually have long talons, and then
What do they use those long talons for?
usually catching mice or snakes.
Yeah, all right. What other kinds do we have?
We have ducks that have webbed feet to help them swim.
That's right,
So
yeah.
every different animal has some parrots have feet that are really adjustable, so they can adjust their feet to hold on to branches.
Right, yeah, they'll have like the 3 feet, right? The 2 in the front and the 1 in the back. They would be able to grab a branch really good. And what about the flamingos and stuff? Do you know what's neat about their feet?
I know what's neat about their legs.
What's unique about their legs? That's a good one.
They have a lock in their legs that locks their legs in place so they can stand on one leg.
That's a cool design by God to be able to help them catch their fish and shrimp and stuff, right? That they're trying to catch in the water. And they have the really long feet to be able to help them balance in that water. And they have those skinny legs so they're not as noticeable in the water. They're not going to have feathers on them, right? It would be more noticeable to the prey that they're trying to get. Now, there's something unique though about the wood duck. Right? It has webbed feet to be able to swim in the water. But what did God do, you know, Corbin, that's unique to the wood duck to help it out since it likes to live in the woods?
It also has little claws on its feet to help it get in trees and stuff, to lay its eggs in trees and stuff.
Yeah, so we see a unique design with God with even inside the duck kind of species there of this particular duck lives in the wooded areas. And so God gave it a little bit something more special than the other ducks by putting little claws, onto his little webbed feet. So he can actually perch up on branches as well because they like making their homes in little cavities within the trees, right? That other critters made, like woodpeckers, to be able to raise their young away from the water areas and stuff. But they still have those webbed feet to be able to swim because they spend a lot of water and most of their food is in the water. Another unique thing God designed with ducks is he put their feet a little bit more in the backside of them because that helps give them the ability to dive down in the water to get to the plants and things like that they eat. So, wonderful designs that God gave to the different types of birds that he's created, but especially the ducks. right, Corbin, got a joke for you.
Okay, what is it?
What do you get when it rains ducks and geese?
I don't know.
Follow weather.
Look how weirdly this tree is shaped. It's got like a branch going down like that, like a root, but it curved upwards, but then fell down. Isn't that unique?
Well, thank you for going on that little nature hike with us. I hope you enjoyed it. And before we go, let's do one more joke, Corbin.
You know why a duck quacks?
Why does a duck quack? No, I don't know. Why does a duck quack?
Because it can't move, bark, or oink.
Ah, yeah, go figure. All right, see you next week.